Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Good evening, lovely people. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Liverpool 1. First and foremost, there are things that are bigger than football, and our well wishes and our thoughts go out to Rui Patricio. Prayers, thoughts, and everything with him, his family, his friends, his teammates. That was uncomfortable watching that last sort of 15, 20 minutes of that game because of obviously what happened to him. Obviously wasn't intentional by Connor Cody. Again, thoughts go out to Connor Cody as well, because obviously that's not going to be nice for him to have to deal with as well. So yeah, hopefully Rui makes a speedy recovery and things aren't as bad as they seem. So yes, well wishes to Rui. Onto the game. Liverpool secure another win. A second win in a row. First RB Leipzig, and then the game against Wolves now. Thought Liverpool played well for the majority of the game. Came into the game in the first half, the slow birth. I thought we started a bit sloppy. Could have given away a penalty as well through Alisson in the first couple of minutes. So I think we may have got a bit lucky with that one, if I'm going to be honest. And then we grew into the game and managed to get a vital goal just on the stroke of half-time by Wolves' old man, Diogo, #Jota the Shotter. And the game finished 1-0. Drift, your thoughts on the game?
I echo what you said about Rui. I hope he gets better soon. You know
sorry to cut you. Amged just said that Nuno said that he's okay. So good.
Okay,
great
so
news that.
You know what I mean? I completely understand them being precautionary with what happened with him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I they wouldn't show the replay, but obviously we have the beauty of rewind. And I rewound it, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. He got a full tiger knee. Like,
oh, is it? I've not seen it because obviously I was doing the watch along, so we didn't rewind it or anything. Yeah, was it that bad?
All I'm gonna say is, and I'm not even taking a piss. I'm just trying to let you know like what the level was. It was Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, like when I watch it, I was like, oh, I'm only watching that once. So yeah, I hope he gets better. As for the game, nervy, but we got through it.
Yeah. I don't know if I felt that nervous watching the game, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, bro, we're vulnerable at the moment. I was, and when we never got the second goal, I was constantly like, you know,
I don't know what it was today. I didn't feel nervy. Like I knew Wolves could cause problems. I felt kind of secure as the game wore on.
They looked a little bit
devoid of ideas. They look like how we looked. Yeah.
They looked a little toothless. Don't get me wrong, but it's us, innit? Like we got to be honest. If they had one or two players that were a bit more clinical, we'd have lost that game. Like they had two chances after the restart from the injury.
Yeah, you're right, but we could have also scored a couple ourselves through Mane.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Do you know what? Our lack of like clinicalness in front of goal.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is frightening how much we're just man. I told you, look, man, we're moving like when Granddad puts his teeth in the cut root overnight, bro. Like just bare gums, bro.
It's bad. I'm going to read out a couple of these Steve chats. So Flintoff Bradman says, hope Rui Patricio is okay. He's a centre back. Come back. Oh, what you say? He's singing it tonight, yeah, Drip. All right.
I'm never gonna lie. The boy's getting better and better, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, the boy's getting better.
Drip. Fair enough.
If I'm being completely honest with you, the combination of him and Phillips, them two are starting to get a nice little partnership going there, bro.
Naldini, you mean?
Naldini, yeah. Once again,
Solid today again.
Yeah, doing his thing, winning headers. We all know when it's in the air. He's like a gnat in the air. It's very like thingy that his name is Gnat, because we all know that when the gnat, they like, oh, get out my face, man.
Well, put it this way: his header that kind of opened up for the first goal. He won the header, and that dropped to Mane, and then from there, Mane, Salah, and Jota combined to score. Musa LFC 21, Trent, Kabak, and Thiago, my men of the matches. The three of them are almost perfect games, and praise to Patricio. Game was all right though overall. Trent was excellent tonight. Excellent tonight. That's the right back that we know and love. Excellent tonight.
Clearances, playing it up the line. The only thing he did that he does every game is he always lets the bloody player cross the ball. But like,
I think
feel
he
like
stopped that a lot today.
Yeah, but there was a couple of times when I feel like it's an instruction though. Like, because Robbo does it a bit as well.
I don't know. I just think sometimes you can't stop every single cross. Like somebody's got.
No, but he doesn't engage. Remember, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't engage, bro.
Here we go again.
No, bro, it's real, bro. Like,
man just looking to engage 24/7.
He'll have a couple of seconds to think about it, and I'm like, bro, just fucking engage the pussy, man. Like, what's going on, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro? It's the 84th minute or something, bro. Like, we ain't got time. I'm not saying dive in and get done, but like, don't just let him have a free cross, man. Like, but other than that, he was on smoke today still.
Ali Khan, whoever is that brother ordering Morley's for the game, keep doing that G to the end of the season. Shout out Jamie Phillips. Shout out to Jamie Phillips. You keep on ordering your Morley's, Jamie.
I'll have a heart attack if he keeps doing that for every game to the end of the season.
Jay Finn says, Matt disrespecting of Ronaldinho today. I'm fuming.
I'm not gonna lie, people started to hit me up and say, what's this Ronaldinho talk? I'm like, it wasn't me.
Oh, now you man to see what I've had to live through for the last couple of months.
No, it wasn't me. I never said nothing.
That's been my life. I mean, coming out of my house thinking, bro, do I have to duck anything? Like
none of the movies where someone buses a sniper shot and it misses you, be like, get out!
I come out of the house, I just see the red dot on my chest, and I'm like, no, back in. Troy M. What happened to Origi? Didn't see him on the bench. Origi has got a slight muscle injury, but he's fine. Nana, much needed 3 points. Chamber looked sharp when he came on. If football was played in the air, Nat would be the world's best every year. He'd be the world's best for all eternity. Nerbeats, shout out to Ox. Cameo looked much better. It did, but there was a pass he could have made to Trent that was just a basic pass.
Yeah, you actually, because there's no crowd, you heard Trent go, what was that?
It's just cheeky as well because he's a U, isn't it? Like Trent's a U.
No, but he's right though. It was
it's fact.
But to be fair, that was maybe Ox's second touch, and then he got like after that he did get better, and he was. But I mean, he was just brought on to be a nuisance today, and he did. We won the game, so credit to him. But.
He did. Ace Industries, Kabak and Phillips partnership brewing solid. Facts. Sharif, Phillips is actually a gem. Finally a win. Keep up the good vibes. You'll never walk alone. Love you all. Big up to you all. Genie Houdini, Fab entered the midfield like Thanos walking through the portal in the Infinity War. Such a present. Let him have his fun. ATM 951 says, great 3 points. We move on, but Thiago was sloppy hospital balls and some passes directly to the Ops look good. You'll never walk alone.
I totally disagree with you.
I do as well. Thiago, I thought, was very good today. He wasn't amazing, but he was very good.
Did was just be a little bit overzealous, but he seems to just have that in his game since he came to the Prem. But his passing was good, bro. I think there was one moment in the match where Genie, Fab, and Thiago all in like a row did a poor pass, and I thought, what are we playing? Chinese whispers, like don't copy what the other man did, like do something else. But other than that, I feel like it was solid, man.
Sabit says, Phillips, you're pressing hard over that 65 a week worth every penny. It's fact. Now we see why man's on the big boy money, innit? Like we see it now.
It's real, bro.
Promo. Cal, we finally signed Neto. Just tell Trent to empty out his pockets. Kabak showed some pace today. Mane was the best attacker, but still poor. Agree with that.
By the way, it literally just came to me that I forgot how, like, you know, on your upbringing, it's politically incorrect to call it Chinese whispers. I completely forgot. So my bad for that. I don't even know what you're meant to call it now, but I didn't even know that was a thing anymore. I'm just in case, because you know, obviously,
yeah.
Whether, like, when you grow up, you forget things. So my bad. I don't even know what you call it now, but same thing.
I think we'll be fine. Nothing to worry about, in my opinion. The speaker, this season, Ox has played better in forward positions. I mean, he was only on the pitch. He was only on the pitch a couple of minutes. He's getting a lot of love, which is fair enough. But MF, very scrappy win. Allison still looking shaky. I think apart from that first thing in the first, saying that he did punch out a few times where he could have caught, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. He could have caught that so easily, man.
Yeah, I don't get why that's happening.
Yeah.
Mill Neymar says, "What's the point of these games fuming until August?" Oh, that we just won, bro. Like, let's be happy now. We just won. Nana says, "I've got
the Prem's over." I'm guessing, like, which.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I've got a query. Who would you partner with 100% fit Van Dijk, Kabak or Phillips? I'll go with Kabak, but it's not to say he's better. I'm going Phillips as things stand right now. Kabak was Kabak for me was superb tonight, but Phillips has been excellent since he's been in the team. Edward says, nice to see Trent taking care of Neto. Yeah, I'm hoping that drops his price a little bit, that his performance tonight, and we pick up a nice little deal in the summer. Neto, if you're listening, we still love you, bro. We've got a spot for you in the team. We can make that happen. I'm learning Portuguese too, so, you know, hey ho, we're good. Samir Taylor, solid result, but all thoughts go to Rui Patricio. Hopefully he recovers quickly. Do you boys still think that top four is still on? You'll never walk alone. Not after what Drifty did in the Monday night show and breaking down what points and stuff are available and how much we can get. Top four's gone. We've left it a bit too late, in my opinion, to make a run at it.
And obviously, I was basing my assumption on the fact that Chelsea are the ones who will definitely get in there. I know we're quite close to Chelsea, but they're not the ones we've got to hope will falter. Yeah. Chelsea are getting in there. Anyone who thinks that Chelsea are going to give up being in the top four is being naive. They're too good. They've got too many good players. They're not going to give that up. And that's the reason why I'm more looking at Leicester, they're way ahead of us. Way ahead of us. Like, it's going to be so... I'll put it like this. I will be more shocked if Chelsea bottled it and we got in there over Chelsea than I would if Leicester dropped out of there. But I'll still be extremely shocked if Leicester was to drop out of there now. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. GE pitch meeting says Thiago is very sloppy, great running and hard, but gives the ball away in front of our defence, and don't get me started on his tackling. I think it's quite hard.
He's nitpicking a bit now.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say he was amazing, but I don't think he's as bad as some people are making out. That just might be me. That might be me. But I genuinely don't feel he was as bad as some are making out. I thought he had a really good game. I thought
Thiago wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
He won the ball back a lot as well. Missed super chat from Carl. Sorry about that. Refreshing to see subs do well. This is why Mane should start over Bobby. More threatening and will eventually get going. It wasn't really Mane starting over Bobby. I mean, I get what you mean in terms of I said it was either between one of those two to be dropped, but can't really judge Bobby because he's not played with Jota. Mane, I thought, was the best out of the front three, but I thought all of the front three collectively were not good tonight.
Not good.
I don't think so.
I didn't have a problem with them apart from the finishing. I thought all the other stuff was...
It's just decision-making. Mane's decision-making is bad. When you watch him for 90 minutes, his decision-making overall is so bad.
But today's not the day for him to have the finger pointed at him. He was
I'm not pointing the finger. I'm literally just pulling that out. I just thought they weren't very good today. Like, I'm happy with the result. I just don't think they were very good today.
Fair enough. I wasn't that bothered with the three of them today.
Sam Max Legend says, sing his name, Jamie J. Webster style. Klopp, nah. Best wishes to Patricio. Phillips gives us air superiority for ground forces to push on. Phillips is just that guy. What can I say? He's just that guy.
I don't want to get too carried away in terms of gassing him up because that always comes back to bite us, but he's playing very well.
Speak for yourself, bro. I'm getting Naldini put on the shirt for next season, bro. DA says, so much is talked about Mane not going down to avoid a penalty almost in 4 games. Is it costing us points? Please discuss this session. You know what? I'm going to take it.
Come on.
I'm glad someone mentioned this, you know. How are we sitting here? And I'm not saying this is you, DA, by the way. How are we sitting here not applauding Sadio Mane for not going to ground? Why has it been changed? Why has the narrative been changed that he should have gone to ground? No, he shouldn't have. Sadio Mane should have been that should have gone back. They should have seen he caught his foot, which actually diverted the chance to an extent, and he should have received a penalty from it. He shouldn't have to go to ground to get a penalty. Why is it that our players being honest is coming back to bite them? We can't actually, like, it's ridiculous because if Salah goes down after he gets tugged, he gets called a diver. If Mane doesn't go down after getting kicked or nibbled at, oh, he should have gone down. Which is it? What do people want? And again, this is not directed. This is not directed at DA, by the way.
You know, Cal, like he fully grabbed hold of Mane's
foot. His foot. Same thing happened with Newcastle.
Yeah, and the thing is, people say Mane's a diver. Maybe he's just trying to stay on his feet because he doesn't like the fact that people are saying that he's a diver when, you know what I mean? He doesn't want that.
This is a problem with the game, though, bro. Like, this is why VAR is getting criticised, because he should be getting applauded for not going to ground. But yet he's being punished. So when someone next week gets tapped on the back and goes to ground, no one should moan. Like, the pundits and stuff shouldn't moan because they're not flagging anything now when Mane's staying on his feet. So they don't have a right to moan. It's terrible. And this is why players are going to ground easy, because they're thinking, right, I'm going to stay up. I'm not going to get anything out of this. So what's the point of me staying up? I've got more chance if I throw myself to the ground of getting something. At least then it goes to VAR.
Bro, when Leicester scored their winning goal or their equalising goal against us in that away game we played recently, Johnny Evans actually pushed Mane to the ground harder than you could ever push someone to the ground.
Look at Lacazette yesterday. Look at Lacazette's penalty yesterday. Look at Harry Kane when he took out Gabriel.
That Lacazette penalty, bro. Don't even
look at Harry Kane when he took out Gabriel.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The only difference with the Harry Kane Gabriel one is some people will say man up. But yeah, it was a foul.
But that was a bad tackle, bro. Like,
are we talking about the shoulder bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But Johnny Evans pushed Mane, literally shoved him to the ground, and the ref said nothing. Like, with 2 hands, like actually outstretched, pushed him to the ground.
Joke. Guys, over 1,200 of you watching. We love to have you here. Please do smash that like button. Let's get up to 1,000 likes minimum, guys. There's 1,000 of you here. All you have to do is press that like button. Costs you nothing to do it. Takes less than a second to tap that button, but it really helps the channel grow. So please do that for us, guys. We'd really appreciate it. I'm going to read out a few more super chats, Drift, and then we're going to go through player ratings, etc.
Yeah, man.
So where do I start? So Drew P says, if City wins the Champions League, does 5th place get a Champions League spot? Shout out to Kopish, salute fellas. Not that I know of.
No, well, I think it is based on what someone was saying the other day. As long as an English team doesn't win the Europa League, then the 4th place will get it. But if if an English team wins Europa League, 4th place will be taken away because you can only have 5 in one country.
I think that's if someone winning Europa doesn't matter. It's if, say for example, if we win it but Chelsea finish 4th, they lose their spot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, I thought that's what the question was. If we win the Champions League, does 4th spot get taken away? I thought that's what the question was.
No. So the question was, if City win the Champions League, does a 5th spot get opened up?
Oh, no.
Khalil Hassan, Chelsea's last 6 games: West Ham away, Fulham at home, Man City away, Arsenal at home, Liverpool at home. No, Leicester must be Leicester City and Aston Villa again. But even though they've got a tough run in, that still has to mean we win all of our games, which I don't see happening.
We have to win every single one.
Like, there's no margin for error now, which is almost impossible when you're looking at how this season's gone. Shout out to Georgette Flowers, who's just become a member of ours. Kadir Hussein, smash the like, otherwise I'm coming around with the boys. Kadir said that, not me. Serious guy though, Kadir. I wouldn't mess about with Kadir. Smash that like button, people. Nerbeats, watch the game without commentary, people. Hashtag Tiago. Good shout, Nerbeats. The Kop, boys, I'm Turkish. KJ called the Kop, message me separately, because I don't really want to get onto this sort of stuff on our channel. So message me separately, please. Khalil Abraham, Drift, my guy, the gap ain't that wide, remember, hashtag 4. Drift, the people really think we can do 4th.
I know, I'm not convinced.
I feel like I'm doom and gloom saying that. I think it's gone, but
if we got it, I'd be elated. But
of course,
I don't know how we make up the ground. I don't, because when you got to remember, we're not guaranteed our wins. That's why I'm not acting like we can get it, because on the assumption that we win our games, Chelsea will drop 5 points, but we've got to win all our games, and we've actually got Man U, Arsenal, Aston Villa. Like, we got some tricky games. It ain't like we. To be fair, them teams that are fighting relegation, they seem harder than anyone else at the moment anyway. So I don't want to get carried away. I don't. Like, when I saw Conway today, it's 3%.
3%.
3%.
Might have gone down even more as well this game.
I thought I said, what?
The only time I want to see 3% in my life is if APR or mortgage or something like that. Apart from that, 3% can never be a good thing. Or body fat. John Conway. Good evening, guys. Have to wait 3 weeks until we play again. Yes, there is a 3-week gap. Good evening as always, John. Hope you're well. Sam Max Legend, VAR technology is fine. It's the EPL Muppet refs. Worst in Europe. No wonder that they don't go to international tournaments. They are rubbish, laughing stock. I've been saying this. It's not the technology. The technology is fine. It's the people controlling it.
Well, I said this 2 years ago when they first brought it in for the Champions League. It doesn't matter if the technology works. You could have the best car ever made. If the person jumps in who doesn't know how to drive,
you're the man. I was just about to use that. You're the man, bro. Thank you.
It's a wrap.
Joke.
You know those people who don't know how to drive automatics and they try and use both feet and they just rev into something and they think they're hitting the brake, but they're not, bro. Bang, bro. Game over. Game over.
Facts.
That actually happened. I'm never gonna bait up someone who I know that did that, but it was quite I jumped out, went to do something, come back, and it was smashed in the back of another car, and I was just like, what the hell? I thought I was pressing the brake, but I was pressing the accelerator.
Oh boy. Joe K, people are going to be having a go at Mane today, but aside from that missed chances, he actually had a really good game. Looked lively, created chances, etc.
Bang on, Joe. And do you want to know what? I personally think there's been a little bit of an agenda building up against Mane because he's not having the best of seasons. Today, he was definitely the best of the front three.
Yes, definitely.
But there seems to be this ongoing thing of like just wanting to like criticize Mane. And I think today he had a good game. I don't think anyone could say he had a bad game today. He just missed that one. And let's face it, it wasn't like a really easy chance. He tried to go around the goalie. The goalie did well, so to speak, almost technically fouled him as well. And the only part of that was wrong was he should have passed it, but he got a bit like wound up by the missed opportunity and then he tried to shoot. But other than that, Mane was fully involved in the game. He did well. Like I don't understand if anyone's gonna say Mane played poorly today.
I wouldn't say he played poorly, but I think he just played well, personally.
Well, none of our players are playing exceptional at the moment.
No, well, apart from the defensive midfield, to be fair, they are actually putting a shift in. Sly Ross, John Henry smoking a cigar, watching that, and come back. I done told you, y'all didn't believe me, huh? Got y'all the best of the best in the world.
Bro, the scary thing is though, yeah, if this is just a little bit of good form and not actually ability, it's really gonna screw us over.
Yeah, I know, but I'm riding the wave, Drifter. I'm surfing. I'm riding.
All we're doing when
surfing.
we're riding that wave, bro, is giving ammunition to FSG.
I'm surfing. Trying to not get bit by the shark, but I'm surfing. I'm riding the wave. Eastwood Henderson had just become a member. Thank you very much, Eastwood. Yusuf, think we picked up in time to get Europa League, but not Champions League. I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
Don't know if I want that. I'm sounding sport like a sport brat, I know, but don't know if I want that. All right, let's get into player ratings then, brother. Ali.
I give him a 6. Didn't have much to do. Looked a tiny little bit shaky. I don't think it was a penalty. I believe if a penalty had been given for that, that would have been the softest thing ever. Because it's just momentum. Like, there's nothing else he can do. He's a big guy. Like, all right, fair enough. Maybe he should have done better and not dropped the ball. But, like, it was literally momentum. Like, there's that. Come on, man. If they'd have given a penalty for that, that would have been the softest penalty ever, man. So I'll give him a 6. He shouldn't have punched that cross. That was a bit.
Yeah. I'll give him a 6.5. I kind of agree with everything you said there. Trent.
9. I thought he was excellent.
Facts. Fully agree. I thought it's excellent defensively. Going forward as well, he wasn't just crossing for the sake of it today. He was actually going on the overlap, which we haven't seen in ages. And the variety to his game actually helped him so much today.
And there was a couple of times when I saw him look up and go to play the pass because he's been so used to just doing it. And then he thought, actually, no. And then he drove forward with the ball. And I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Stop just pinging across just for the sake of doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was on it today. And that clearance is as good as a goal. I can't remember. I think it was Neves. I think
crossed it in.
And that clearance was as good as a goal. So, yeah. Possibly man of the match, to be fair, Trent.
Yeah, there's an argument for it. Shout out to Jamie Phillips. Guys, I had a 3-piece Morley's tonight. Kept it simple. Shall I keep doing it, guys? I'm going to be honest. If you're going to do it, Jamie, make sure the rest of your diet is on point because you're asking for trouble, bro. Like, we love Morley's.
The other day after games, go for a run, bro.
Yeah. You got to balance it out, especially with Morley's. Bro. There's a reason the food tastes so good is because it's not the healthiest. So be careful. Nat Phillips.
I give him an 8. I thought it was excellent again, winning everything.
8.5.
That header that he did from
from William Jose.
Oh, was it? To be fair,
William Jose was about to come onto it. And he flicked it back, right?
Yeah, from the Semedo cross. Yeah, and the thing is, he looked around and he knew he was there, and he just made sure he got something on it. And then he went and collected it and stopped it going for a corner as well.
That's my Naldini, bruv.
Only thing I don't want him to do is try and emulate Virgil with the long passes. It's like, bro, you're not quite there yet. You gave the ball away once or twice trying to do them. Don't do those long passes. Like, stop doing that. Other than that, though, defensively, sound. Brilliant.
Naldini, man. Eastwood Henderson says he's our centre back. Come back. VVP. The Latin Ibra, that is quality. Speaking of our other centre, I give him that an 8.5. Thought he was good today. Really, really good actually. Him and Kabak was solid, and they had some tough players to play against. On to Kabak. What's your rating for Kabak, Drew?
Just below Nat. I think Nat just edged him in terms of performance.
Do you? I think it's the other way around this time.
Oh, you think Kabak was the better one today?
Yeah, I thought Kabak was our man of the match.
Oh, do you?
I see a couple times he muscled out Traore. He kept up with
No, he
Traore
played
once or
well.
twice.
He played well, but I think just based on the more importance of the tackles or the clearances that Phillips made, it looked a little bit more impactful on the game. But you're right, maybe those things that you don't really notice as much, like using your strength and whatnot. I give Kabak an 8 as well. I'll give them both an 8.
I give Kabak a 9. I'm going to give him the same rating as Trent numbers wise, but I thought he was our man of the match. But for me, him and Trent get 9. I thought he was excellent today.
Fair enough.
I thought he was excellent today. It's Kerr says Kabak versus Wolves, 6 clearances, 3 interceptions, 2 tackles, 1 last man tackle, 3 out of 5 ground duels, 3 out of 5 aerial duels, 87% passing accuracy. Well, that's not a bad day at the office at all. And he went on a little Beckenbauer run at one stage when there was no outlet.
I mean, the pass at the end, he was lucky they said handball.
Yeah, that wasn't a handball. Yeah, it wasn't a handball.
But obviously, he's a centre back. He doesn't really. All he has to do is just play a little outside of the footpath.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that.
It's quality. Robbo.
I'll give him a 7. I feel
like Robbo struggled a bit today.
Yeah, he wasn't as good as the others. He was the worst of all the defenders, but he wasn't
defensively.
bad.
He was good. To be fair, defensively he was actually good.
Yeah. But a couple of times he got a little bit anxious because it was Traore and dived in a bit though. And
he helped a lot though.
He does do that a little bit when it comes to like really rapid players. Like he maybe tries to get there first to make sure he doesn't have to chase back. But yeah, it wasn't bad, but wasn't great. I'll give him a 7. That's the thing. Like someone just said, yeah, he needs a rest. Like I'm hoping that Scotland don't call him up or have a game.
No, they have. They've called him up. That's why I was saying that I wanted Tsimikas to play this game. Remember, I was saying to you, Matt.
Yeah, man.
He needs a break. He has to have a rest.
You know what? The fact that these are international friendlies really, really rubs me the wrong way.
Same.
Like, what is the point?
Not even just from a football standpoint, from a moral standpoint as well. You're telling people they can't travel out of the country and there's a lockdown. Why are you forcing these international breaks? Silly, so silly. And this is when there's spikes as well. When last international break, there were spikes in cases of the pandemic stuff and all that. It's just very, very silly. Monsieur, we got Thiago to get memed with his big eyes. It's fine. We'll be the ones laughing when he starts hitting form and everything's back to normal, hopefully next season.
If anyone remembers how he looked at Robert after he did that assist for the game we lost in the end, but we scored a beautiful goal. I can't remember.
Leicester.
Yeah, he looked at him as if to say, "I see you, big man," with them kind of magical touches there. I see you.
Adam LFC says, if a piano fell from the sky, Phillips would hit it out. Adam, so far that's comment of the night. That is comment of the night, Adam. Salute Adam, everyone. That is quality. You just hear the keys crashing and everything. Dun, dun.
And the thing is, someone else will probably get hurt and not him. Like, they'll be in the way when he heads it.
Moving into midfield now, Fabinho.
Yeah, Fabinho, solid as always.
I'm just going to start calling him The Rock from now on. He's big. He's not as hench as The Rock, but he's solid, isn't it? Fabinho's The Rock from now on.
Yeah. 8.25.
8.5 for me. I thought he's immense again today. Just immense. He just manages the game so well from his position. He's quality. Some of the interceptions and the tackling, he just relieves pressure because he wins free kicks as well. Phenomenal, man. We've missed him so much in midfield this season. But I think this is why me, you, and Matt was so upset we didn't get a centre back in the summer, because we knew he'd have to play there the majority of the season, and we were losing so much from midfield with him playing there. Such a shame.
It is.
Such a shame. Diet after buying Nat and Kabak from us for 60 mil, walks into the owner's office with arms around both and yells, "With legends, guys." You lot are never gonna let me live this down, are you? You lot are savage, you know. Let me live, man. Let me live. Bloody hell, man. You lot are savage. No rest for the wicked, is there? Demo J, you know what I like? Seeing all you guys coming around on the Nat train. So proud of you guys. I feel like a proper dad, no lie. I remember drift vibes before. Eyes emoji.
I've never had that much of an issue with Nat. It was Kabak I had more of the issue with. I mean, to be fair, the game that I did think that Phillips was poor in was the Newcastle game, and he was poor in it. We can't even deny it.
I actually disagree. I don't think he was poor. I think he had a very poor moment.
No, bro. He was poor for that whole game, bro. He was.
I think that's
it's the only bad game he's had in a Liverpool shirt. It just happened to be his second game. So I was like, oh, so he's had one good game, but then here's his true colours. So like, at that point, it was hard to gauge what the situation was. But fair play to him, man. You know, I always hold my hands.
Turned it around.
He turned it around.
Before we continue with player ratings, Drift, let me ask you a question. And I know I'm probably putting you on the spot a little bit because it's kind of reactionary after a really good performance. We all agree that we want us to sign a top centre-back in the summer, right? One with experience and just quality. Let's say we had to move on. Let's say we move on Matip for obvious reasons. Nothing to do with his quality, just because the injuries are catching up with him and it's too much for him. It's too much for the club if he stays. Let's say Virgil comes back. I'm not going to say 100%. Let's just say he comes back 90%. Gomez, let's say he comes back 90%. Would you be okay keeping Kabak and Phillips and getting another centre-back, or would you still not want Kabak for 18 million, which could potentially be a steal for a centre-back of his age and quality?
Am I allowed to give a double-barreled answer here?
If you're going to give a double-barreled answer, let me quickly read out the super chats. Eastwood says, Fab, best midfield tonight. Genie second. Thiago second, Genie third. Agree with that. But Genie was still very good. We'll obviously get on to player ratings. Genie was very good tonight. I hope that doesn't get overlooked. Monster Ahmed, Mane won't go down because Salah will... No, Monster, it's not true. It's not true. All right, go on then, Drift. The floor is yours, bro. Double barrel. I'm looking down the barrel.
If everybody who's at the club now stayed, no. Because I think that would be a very poor decision based on the fact that we could end up how we are now. Again, because of the injury proneness of Matip and Gomez especially. If Matip leaves with our blessing, because his body just obviously can't deal with it, and say Koulibaly, who apparently is a legit person who we're looking at, was to come in, yes, I would be happy with it. Because then I would say, hopefully Virgil is even 80% of himself, which is still a great centre-back. Then we've got Koulibaly to come and be another leader. Gomez, hopefully, you know, we can try and get at least half a season out of him. And now we know that Phillips and Kabak are actually capable if push really comes to shove. And I don't think Phillips and Kabak being fourth and fifth choice is a bad thing at all.
I think it's a very good thing.
Very good thing. As long as Matip is replaced with a reliable centre-back. That's what the issue is. Matip needs to be replaced with a reliable, very good centre-back. That there is the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, again, I was just going to ask this question. There's a lot of sort of up and downs in the chat regarding Koulibaly. Do you think it's a risk of getting Koulibaly? And are we only looking at him because he's a good name and the price would be a lot cheaper than seasons gone by?
It depends which way you look at it. If you're gonna,
I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, but I know he's even dropped off in the last 12 months. I'm not gonna deny that. I do feel like a lot of that has to do with being stale. This is the reason why people like Thiago say I want a new challenge. Because within yourself, you can feel you're not motivated anymore. And you need a new, you need something new. And I feel like Koulibaly should have left Napoli 2-3 years ago, bro. I feel like he's really outstayed his welcome at that club. That club they're not a crap club by any means, but they're just floating in mediocrity all the time. They're never going to win anything, but they're not crap. They're never really fighting for anything. You know what I mean? And And I just feel like he's gone stale. It happens to loads of players where they should go at the time, and then the owner don't want to, or the price is too high, or whatever, and they just get a bit stale. You know what I mean? It happens. I think a new lease of life could give him another good maybe 2 years. What is he, 29? Like, it's not like he's over the hill.
Yeah, I that's one thing I've seen a lot of people say he's old. Guys, when did 29 become old? Like, this is another thing we've been conditioned to think about. Like,
than Van Dijk.
Yeah,
so
like,
if he's old, then that means Van Dijk's old. Then
he's not old. Like, there's a difference between not rating a man and saying he's too old. 29 is not old. We have to get out of his mindset. I feel like it comes from the club as well, like, because we've traditionally not bought players over a certain age because we want them to play their way into their peak. But some players peak later than others, and some have, like, look, all right, prime example, James Milner, we signed at the age of 29. Look at the service he's given to us. Like, we can't just look at his age and think he's old. You have to look at the man. You have to look at the actual player. Like, there are 25-year-olds out there who play like they're a lot older, and there's 29-year-olds out there who play like they're a lot younger. Like, Genie, for me, he's 29 as well. Genie doesn't look like he plays like a 29-year-old per se. Genie could pass for a 24, 25-year-old.
We really are. And I don't even think this is our owners. I think just football in general, for some reason, has conditioned us into thinking that it's old. But you know what it is, bro? It's money.
It feels like it's mainly our fans, though. Us. It feels like it's us.
Nah, bro. I think everyone does it. You know what it is? It's money. That's what's wrong. Because we always look at the value of a player and how long he's going to be at the club if you pay that much and all that. The money has made us start to overlook things like age. I can tell you now, 29 years old, you are peak. 30, you are peak. You're peak for everything. You're peak for athletics. You're peak for fighting. You're peak for beating. You're peak for everything. Yeah. Let's just keep it real. You are peak for
beating's different. It's up and down.
When you're 29, 30, but you're peak, bro. You might not be like you're 21, bro, but you're peak still, bro.
I personally feel like I'm aging like wine with that department. But
you know why you're peak? Because now you've got experience. You know what to and not to do. You've been through it. I hear that. You know what I mean, bro? It's peak, bro.
I don't think I'm at my peak yet. I think I've got some levels.
Oh, well, there you go then, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. So when someone turns around and says that you're starting to get over the hill at like 29, I'm like, raw. Do you know what? Imagine how that makes people's parents feel. Imagine being like a 51-year-old and hearing someone say, you're 29, bro, you're over the hill. Like, Jesus, what am I then? I might as well just start signing off the will now and just be ready to just call it a night. Like, come on, man. 29 ain't old, man. It's not old at all.
I just also want to, and again, Stevie, don't think I'm coming at you. Please don't think I'm coming at you. But this is what I see a lot of people say as well. It's not a good investment. And again, Stevie, you're one of our long-time subscribers and viewers of the channel. So please don't feel like this is directed at you. But you see, when we speak about players as investments, I personally hate it because that feels, again, like we've been conditioned. Like, if the player's the right player, like, all right, here's a prime example. Man United bought Van Persie at the age of 29. They spent 20 mil on him. A year left on his contract. And 20 mil when they spent 20 mil was a big amount of money for a player who's 29 going on to the last year of their contract. He secured them a league title. And then Fergie left. And then the next season, I think he may have been one of their better players as well. Man United didn't buy Van Persie looking at an investment. They said, we need to win the Premier League this season, and he's the best available player to make that happen. So you see that money you pay. I'll be honest, if we paid 40 mil for Koulibaly at the age of 29 and he came in and he helped us secure a Premier League title, for me, he's already paid his money back. The investment is already worth it. He could play another 2-3 years where he's not as great, but he's already paid his value back because he secured us a Premier League. So the whole narrative of an investment, I think, gets blown out of proportion. Like, again, if you're looking at, even if we were to say Mbappe at the other end of the scale, or Haaland, who's to say Mbappe or Haaland's going to stay with us for 10 years? They're probably not. So again, if we're looking at investments, we're not a business, we're a football club. Sometimes you have to buy players knowing that you're going to lose value on them, which is what we've done with Thiago. We're not going to sell Thiago for a high price if we ever come around to selling him. But we signed him because he's one of the best players in world football in his position, and it's what you do as a football club. Sometimes you have to lose money in order to gain in the long run. And I think that's probably the best way I can put it.
Well said.
It's like a car. Any car you buy, no matter how cheap the car is, all right, there are exceptions. But any car you buy, the moment you drive it, it depreciates in value. But it's serving a purpose, and it's getting you from A to B. So you never buy a car with the, well, again, I never say never, but I don't buy a car with the intention of I need to make sure this appreciates so I can sell it. If you're in the business of selling cars, then that's what you do. But if I just need a car to get me and my family around, then I'm not buying a car with the incentive of selling it. I'm buying it to make sure I get as best value out of it. And then if I have to lose it for a depreciated value, then it's served its purpose. It's paid for its purpose. In the same way, food as well. Food's another thing. We don't look at food and buy food and say this is an investment. No, we buy it because we want to enjoy it. And then we poo it out.
If you buy a car, big up man like ads, by the way, before I forget. Maybe one day, bro, when the pandemic's over, we'll go and have a pint. I drink beer probably less than I drink anything else. We'll go and have a bourbon.
A pint's good for me. Just make sure it's apple juice, but a pint is good for me.
If you buy a car to make it to back you up on your point, if you buy a car for anything under $4,000, I pretty much feel like you just have to write that $4,000 off, and just next time you're buying a car, you just know you've got to pull money out your savings. Like I feel like the only time you buy a car and you should think about getting money back on the car is when the car costs maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 or up. You're buying. If I was to tomorrow go and buy a car for $3,000, I'm buying that car knowing my $3,000's gone, and I'm just going to use that car for the purpose of what I need for the couple of years or whatever. Like you said, I'm not buying that car thinking, oh yeah, in a year's time I'm going to get $3,000 back for this car. No, I won't. Yeah. No, I won't. Like, come on, you're being naive. You'll be lucky if you get half that money back on that car in a year or two's time. That's just how things go. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing is, even if you get back $3,000, you probably spent about £1,500 maintaining it for the year anyway. So you're still not really getting the value of the car back, are you? So you're right. You've got to stop. We've got to stop looking at players based on prime example. People are going to say this is a bit different because Cristiano is one of the greatest. But at 32, 33 years old, 100 million Juventus paid for Cristiano. 100 million. Now, if it was all about age, that would have been the most ludicrous thing you've ever seen in your life. And the wickedest thing, some people could say it was a waste of money. He's been there 3 years now, no Champions League. That was the only thing he bought for. They win the Serie A every year. He was bought for the Champions League, and he hasn't delivered it. Mainly because he's getting older, and obviously, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, that was what they bought him for, right? So you've got to stop getting letting the money part make people think it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. For me, I don't even care if we paid £100 million for Koulibaly. If we win the league the season we bought him and he was a part of it, done. Money well spent. Even if he's crap the year after, we won the league because of him. Yeah. Like, I don't really care. No one's gonna ask any Man United fans if they care that they bought Van Persie and in the second year he wasn't that good. But he won them the league, so no one cares.
That's just the first bump. Do you know how much he's loved at Man United, Van Persie, for one season?
Yeah, that's all it was, because he was there for 2 and he was crap for the second.
He secured them number 20. He secured them number 20. He'll go down in history as a guy secured them number 20. Jay Finn, no cow is because it's FIFA causes the age problems. I'm not a gamer. I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up a control pad to play a game, but I hear a lot about FIFA and how it's changing perception. So I'd have to get into the game to understand it. Musa LFC 21, Zidane said CR7 might be coming back. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he went back to Real Madrid. He's loved there.
Would be weird though.
And maybe though, but drift. Maybe it's the lift they need. I mean, Hazard can't stay fit for love nor money. Benzema needs help. He does. He's doing it all by himself at the moment.
But is the last couple of years not shown that as good as Ronaldo's been, he is dying out now?
No, I hear that, but
he's a man of moments now. Like the thing is, this is the dilemma you have when you got a player that's got that legendary status. He should now just be a bench player to be impactful in moments. Because at 36 years old, his legs can't. He's not going to be able to do what you're used to him doing. Because that's the time when age starts to become a bit of a thing. It's like, now if you're like 35, 36, then you've got to start thinking, all right, yeah, now my legs have done a lot of mileage here. Do you know what I'm saying? And he should become a man for impactful moments. But if he goes back to Real Madrid, they're going to expect him to play every week, bro. And can he do that at that age?
Apparently, David just said he just scored a hat trick. That's true.
In Serie A, that doesn't really count.
A hat trick's a hat trick, bro. You have to respect him.
In the Champions League for the last couple of seasons, he's very much been left wanting, and that was why they bought him
as well.
And this is the reason why I know there are always agendas. Everyone said that Guardiola was a crap manager because he hasn't won the Champions League without Messi. And they really want to push that agenda that, like, you know, that's the case, whatever. Nobody's turning around now and saying Juventus have failed because Ronaldo hasn't performed, though. Do you get what I mean?
I agree.
There's always like that bias or that agenda to like help situations out. Because to be honest with you, I think if it was Messi, I reckon people would be on him and going, well, look, he could only do it at Barcelona. You see that? He went to another club and he was crap. And it was only because he was at Barcelona where he was comfortable, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Ronaldo he went Juve to win them the Champions League and he hasn't even come close.
No, very true.
So,
the Kop, all right, so the Kop, without getting into it, I don't know enough about the situation to be getting into it. So, if you message me privately, let me know the situation, then we can maybe talk about it. But I'm not going to speculate on or talk about something I don't have a lot of knowledge on. So that's why I didn't read out your super chat. So I hope that's made it clearer why I didn't now. Michael Ramsey. This summer, done Thiago, Ox, Rubbish Jones, and every sick Matip gone, and get Aor and another midfielder centre back in.
I agree that Matip, obviously, unfortunately, should be moved on. But Jones, Michael Ramsey's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he is.
Every single time. I don't know what Michael can't be a Liverpool fan because he cusses our youth players a lot.
MF says Lewandowski is 33 and about to break a record. Again, age. To hear, guys, Kabak, buy or sell. I think it depends on what else we do.
Again, like I said before, it depends. If it comes with another guy who's of a great level, then I'm okay with it at the moment. Between now and the end of the season, something could change. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get caught up in case this is a little purple patch, but he is kind of poor, and then we get carried away, and then he goes back to being rubbish. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see.
Pepe is still going strong at 38, bro. That's from Beats. Very true.
But the thing is, with those players of that age, though, you will say there'll still be moments where that age really catches up with them, though. Remember earlier on this season when Thiago Silva got done and he looked like he was running in water trying to catch button. It's like, there's a moment where the age is catching up. Because back in the day, Thiago Silva was a rapid defender and that wouldn't have been an issue for him. Age, when you get to that age, pardon me, age is it like, you know what I mean? If you're like 34, 35, then we start talking about age because that's natural. 29 and 30, come on, man, we can't talk about age when you're that young. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Couple of people are mentioning Leighton Stewart as well. Yes, thoughts go out to Leighton Stewart. ACL injury, unfortunately. Hopefully, he recovers quickly and comes back fit and firing. It's really good form before he got injured. So again, it's another bad injury. So hopefully, this is just the one season where we get these bad injuries, and then we don't get anything like this going forward because it's really heartbreaking when you think of it, man.
No.
All right, let's get through the rest of the player ratings then. Adrift. Thiago.
I'll give him a 7.
What did we give Fab? 8.5. I give Thiago a 7.5.
Fair enough.
No, in fact, no. I give Thiago an 8 today.
You go as high as that?
Yeah, I'll give him an 8.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Genie.
I give Genie an 8.
I give Genie a
No,
7.5.
7.75. I'll give him a 7.75.
I forgot about your rating system still.
Yeah, he wasn't quite as good as, say, Kabak and Phillips, but just a little bit better. But he very good performance.
Yeah.
Very good performance. And I like the fact that he's changed this narrative that he doesn't do well in away games, because he's had a lot of good away performances this season. So that whole narrative of like, he never plays good away from home, that's totally changed now.
100%. Salah.
Ooh, Salah's a tough one.
Salah for me gets a 6.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Do you know what today was for me? Today was an example of a typical Salah performance without the goal. So you notice the things that are a little bit annoying. Because if that wasn't offside today and he gets that goal, everyone applauds the goal. He gets another goal in the race for the golden boot. And then people don't really need to focus on the other part of the game.
Speak for yourself, bro. If he scores the goal, he gets a 6.5.
He wasn't involved in the game today. He was proper on the outs, on the periphery of the game for the majority of the game. Yeah, I'll probably say a 6 is probably a fair thing as well. Yeah.
Jota.
Scored the goal, obviously. Had a couple of good shots at goal, which obviously I like, because finally we've got someone who's shooting. But again, not the greatest though. Not the greatest. I'll say maybe ever so slightly better than Salah. I mean, he did get the goal, but again, 6.5.
I agree.
I'll give him a 6.5.
And then Mane.
Just because he was a lot more involved in the game right the way through, I'll give him a 7.
He still gets a 6.5 for me.
I think Mane was heavily involved in the game. And I think he had a very good first half. I think people are looking too much on the missed chance because we really need goals at the moment. But
I think he has 2 missed chances. He had the header as well, where he
missed the chances, but he still had a good half. Like he did.
I disagree. I think his decision making is really bad, and that's what my frustration is with Mane. His decision making just
because he's overthinking things, but he's not performing as well as he should be.
I know, but it's what's happening, though, bro. It's still what's happening. And again, he needs a rest. He needs a rest as well. But for me, 6.5 is. I think he was the best out of the front three, but I still think he gets a 6.5 for me. I think Salah was the least effective today and got a 6. Jota gets a 6.5 because he got the goal.
Sadio was completely involved in the game today. So.
I think,
and like I said, I do. Like there were even times in that last 5 minutes where I saw him helping Robbo to double up on Traore. I noticed things like that. I'm not gonna act like because he's having a goal drought that those things are, because that was very important to helping us see out the game. Because if Traore was 1-on-1 with Robbo and does him and scores, people might be like, why wasn't Mane helping out? Why were we being so attack-minded when we should have been seeing the game?
I hear that, but Salah was doubling up with Trent towards the end of the game as well. It's what you're meant to do. Yeah,
but I don't think Salah was involved during the game as a whole, though, which is why I'm giving him a lower rating, because I think Mane was involved for the whole match. I do. You know, one thing that I like about him as well, he doesn't hide. Even when he's playing badly,
no, he doesn't. Yeah, he
doesn't hide. Do you get what I'm saying? And I respect that. So
no, I agree. Brilliant name here from this person giving the super chat. So Callum, fantastic name. Any people having kids out there, especially if you're having a boy, I think that's a great name. The agenda on Mane tonight has been awful. I think without him giving Wolves trouble, they overwhelm us in the first half and probably score.
It's a good point. I feel like there is a little bit of an agenda building up because he hasn't been that good this season. Like I've slowly seen it get a little bit worse and worse every week. And don't get me wrong, he's not playing amazingly well up to his level. But I am noticing a little bit of a trend of people just like as soon as we started, I just saw people talking about Mane. I'm like, not today, guys. Mane was nowhere near a bad player today. Like not today. I just feel like there's a bit of an agenda building up against Mane. So Yeah.
Troy M says this post is probably for OnlyFans, but we're getting Varane, Haaland, and Goncalves this summer. Oh, no comment. No comment. Yikes.
I don't know where you're getting that from, Troy. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Yikes.
I feel like Troy might have forgotten who our owners are, to be honest.
Troy's trying to get us banned. We're not a channel that does sexual content, bro. Careful. Goodness. Subs were so Milner and Naby will give ratings to because they got a decent amount of time. I think they came on around the 65th minute.
Yeah. 6.5 for both, I'd probably say.
I'm gonna go 7 for Milner. I think Milner got really stuck in and won the ball.
I was gonna say to be fair, both of them did kind of get stuck in. Naby had a couple of good opportunities. He was the one who set the pass. Yeah. No, it was Ox that set the pass.
Yeah, it's Ox, yeah.
Yeah. But there was a couple of times just when Naby did. I'm not mad at you for giving Milner a 7. I thought he did really get himself stuck in, got involved. I'll give both a 6.5. I thought they did all right when they came on. Yeah,
and a bit of Ox love as well. Ox didn't have a lot of time to do much, but when he did come on, he did do well. Apart from the pass to Trent, where it's a simple pass, he did do well. He did do well. Played in that false 9, replacing Jota, and he did play well. He looked energetic, kept the ball quite well. I give Ox a 7. Ox a 7.
Raw. I give him a 6.5 as well. I think a 7 might be a bit high, but he did do well though. He was looking a bit better than he has in the last couple of games. That's for sure. Klopp's definitely got a lot of time for Ox. I don't think Ox is going anywhere in the summer. You know, I think Klopp will keep around.
I think that's an Achilles heel of Klopp though. I think he gets too sentimental with players sometimes, which could be to our detriment, especially with the way we're set up as a club. But we'll see what happens in the summer. Gangan Deep says Mane frustrated me massively, good defensively, but going forward he looked a yard or two off the pace, and when he had the opportunity to drive he would slow down and take too many touches and lose the ball. That's precisely my thoughts on that. He looks slower. He looks physically slower
when he lost the ball by dwelling on it.
But he looks slower though. He looked like, to be honest, so does Salah,
bro. You know what he looks like, bro? He looks like a heavyweight in the 5th round of a title fight.
Exhausting. Speaking of heavyweights in the title fight, I missed the super chat, but AJ and Fury is official. 2-fight deal. Obviously, we'll talk about that more, but it's a good one.
I've got a feeling the fight won't be necessary because I think Fury's going to make it too convincing in the first.
I think Fury wins. I don't think he stops AJ though. I think he wins over 12 rounds.
Yeah, but I think he'll school him. I don't think he'll school him. I don't think it'll be as easy as people think. I've learned to stop underestimating Fury. I think Fury.
No, I'm not underestimating him. I think he'll win the fight, but I think Joshua's boxing ability gets underestimated as well. Remember, he's an Olympian though, bro. You can't just win an Olympic gold medal for nothing. You've got to have boxing.
No, I know, but I think it's another level to Fury in terms of actual boxing skills. I think Fury just schools him in.
Fair enough.
I think I genuinely feel like the only way AJ wins this fight is with a knockout. I
don't see anyone knocking Fury out.
I can't see AJ outpointing Fury.
No, definitely not.
Fury wins the fight.
Yeah. Sly Ross says Kabak, Dakar, Billy the Kid, older next year, be grateful. Sounds like such an FSG thing to say. Shout out to Glenn. And it's been a while as well, Glenn. Hope you're well. Thanks, Drifty. You made a 51-year-old feel better still watching tennis. It gets even better, Glenn. It gets even better. And finally, Jurgen Klopp. What we rating Klopp this evening?
I'll give Klopp a 7.5 to an 8 to that. I think he did well. Not one of his most amazing games, but I think he did well. Substitutions were good, made them at the right time. And managed the game well, and we got through it. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.5 to an 8. We got the W, man. It wasn't a vintage performance, but we got the win, man. And you know what? That was a little bit Liverpool of old, where we just grind out the result, man, and just get the result. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Guys, we're on like 600 likes. Please, please. There's over 1,000 of you here. Please, let's get up to 1,000 likes. Please, please, please. For us, please. Ace and Industries, certain owner with tub of Vaseline to cap and that. Someone say something. Vaseline, did you say? I've gone through buckets of this stuff recently. I'm telling you what.
You know what? I really hope
on your hands.
And these men are good enough and they just needed the gelling time, you know, because it'll be so cool to actually have another situation where Klopp unearths some gems. It'll be so cool, man. Like he's been
as
doing
long
it.
As we go and get top. I just need one top centre back though. We do need
to
one.
go with it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like if next season is VVD, Gomez, Koulibaly, Nat, and Kabak, I'm all right with that, bro. I'm all right with that, bro. I'm serious. I'm all right with that.
I could think of other players apart from Koulibaly, but I could live with that.
No, but I'm only saying Koulibaly because I'm hearing that it's actually real that we're actually
and the price as well. But no, I'd live with that drift, and I'd be pretty happy to be honest.
I'm gonna dream of a Koulibaly and Van Dijk partnership until it, you know what I mean. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna feel a bit like Pacquiao Mayweather, you know what I mean, like how I thought AJ and Fury was gonna be. I never thought I was gonna get to see it, bro.
No, that was always gonna happen. That was always gonna happen. They have to fight. Who else is there for them to fight?
Yeah.
And plus they're gonna make dumb money as well. But shout out to both of them. Happy for them. Happy to see these boxers making good money, man. People act like it's not a madness getting into a ring with another man who weighs 16, 17, 18 stone and getting hit in the face. Like, get your money, man. Deserve every penny. Sly Ross.
I always feel like if I was a heavyweight, but I wanted to be a fighter, I'd lose weight just to not get punched in the face by another heavyweight.
Yeah, well, obviously, you know I'm around boxers now and again, brother. I've come across one heavyweight in the flesh, well, others in the flesh, but actually done some like work with a heavyweight called Freezy McBones. Bro, he didn't even punch me. Like, we were just doing some joking around stuff, and he was making me do like push-ups, jumping push-ups and stuff. And he slapped me on my back, bro. I thought my spine was gonna come out through my heart, bro. Like the power these guys have is different. It's different.
You know, my boy.
Of course I do. Yeah,
but I held the pads for him in the gym, bro. He nearly disabled me, bro. I'm not joking. Like he nearly made my whole spine shudder, and just through like I thought my arms were broken, bro. I'm not joking, bro. And he's a cruiserweight. I can't even imagine a heavyweight, bro. Like, nah, bro, not. It's not the one, bro.
Sly Ross one says we've got bills to pay. Klopp featuring FSG on Spotify.
We got bills to pay.
MP says slap the air out of Cow's lungs. He did still. King Soul Cow said spinal. Oh boy. So guys, we've got a nice little break now between this game and the next in the league. Next game is Arsenal, which is a massive one. Obviously, we've got players going off to international duty. So we pray, hope, fingers crossed, that none of them get injured, none of them get COVID as well. But I mean, how are you feeling now? Obviously, the season's a bit of a write-off in the league. But do you still think it's important to try and pick up these wins so we can build for momentum, or are you just mainly focused on Champions League?
I'm only going to take the league serious if we beat Arsenal and Man United, which are two of our next 3 games. If we beat those teams, I'll be a little bit more optimistic about top 4, especially depending on what happens. If we drop points again in those games, which is highly likely, the top 4 is done, isn't it? Like, there's no point thinking.
Can I say something though, Drew? I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm looking at the table, yeah? We're 5 points behind Chelsea.
No, I know, bro, but we've got, look at our next 3 games though, bro.
I know, but you know what annoys me even more, bro? You see those 6 home defeats, bro.
Ah,
If we draw all 6 or we just win 2 of them, we're good, you know.
Bro, remember that's what I said. I said even if we'd have just drawn those games, we'll be in the top 4.
Oh, we'd actually be fine.
Well, not fine, but we'd at least be in the top 4.
Nah, because I think we'll start to put like we'd have started to put a run together by now. With players coming back, confidence wouldn't have been as low.
People are saying that United aren't in our next 3 games. I actually went to the fixture list the other day, and it said that we've got them in 3 games time.
Oh, Andrew, let me have a look. Let me have a look, sir.
I think it was Arsenal, then
no, they're not.
Leeds.
So it's Arsenal, Aston Villa, Leeds, and then Newcastle.
So when have we got Man U?
The 1st of May.
That's even worse. So what are you saying? That game might be a game where win that game when we get in, lose that game when we don't.
Drift, man. We've got a little while before we have to cross that bridge. We've got 4 games. We've got 4 games.
If we beat Arsenal and Aston Villa, and then we're going into that Leeds game off the back of a couple of wins in a row, maybe I might be a little bit more optimistic. But at the moment, Aston Villa are a difficult side. They're playing well. They'll probably have Grealish fit again by then. Obviously, Arsenal, you never know what you're going to get, but they're still a dangerous team. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Champions League is definitely more where we've got to be a little bit more like, let's try and do.
Yeah, we've got to go for it. We'll pay close attention to the draw on Friday as well when the rest of the fixtures have been played out. All right, so gonna wrap up there. I'm trying to think. So when will we be back? We'll be back at some point this week, before Friday.
We've got a couple of little fun international break stuff.
Yeah, we've got some really fun stuff. So make sure you follow us on social media to keep up to date with it. Yeah, they've got some very fun stuff actually, doing quite a lot of collaborations and stuff like that. So make sure you tune in. Ace and Industries, we'd have given United a guard of honor if they stayed top. Yeah, that won't be happening now. Definitely won't be happening now. We won't have to do one for City either, which is nice. Dinesh Karai should have Henderson back with Fabinho midfield. Monso Ahmed, we win the next game against Arsenal because it's away.
We don't travel well to the Emirates, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's one.
Yeah, we usually pick up draws. We usually pick up draws there. To be fair. We will Marque. Shout out to Marque as well. We missed you on the last rival watch. Kop-Ish calling Mark. Do you know we'll put us? The thing is, it's difficult to put a schedule out because things can change all the time. So that's why we don't always put a schedule out, because things can change, especially when we've got guests on. If anything comes up where guests can't make it and stuff, like it, we don't like to put that sort of pressure on them. So we'll try and give you a couple of days' notice as opposed to having a full schedule out. But we don't have to put pressure on our guests like that because things can crop up in life, and we just we don't want to put them under that sort of pressure.
If we beat Arsenal at the Emirates, then maybe I think that the hoodoo's broken, and maybe there's a possibility that we might be able to put a little run together. But yeah, it's favourable if you look past Arsenal, Man U, and Aston Villa. You would think that hopefully we should be able to get points against the others, but again, teams are fighting relegation and that, so you don't know, innit?
Yeah, this season has been a weird one. It's very difficult to.
And the referees seem to have turned the corner, and they seem to be giving Arsenal and liking Arsenal a lot recently. So who knows? Imagine being a dead striker that don't even know how to connect with the ball, but still getting penalties out of it. It's a madness. Absolute madness.
Trust me.
If anything, it should have been a foul on Sancho. Sanchez, not a bloody penalty. He just rasped Sanchez in his leg, bro. I was like, okay, we're doing a Bruno at Aston Villa here. Cool. I see you.
But also, just want to say a massive shout out to the mods as well. Really appreciate the work you guys are doing. Really, really do appreciate it. So thank you. Kai, I've just seen your message as well. I'll add you to the mod list. If you do want to be a mod as well, just message me privately or message us on the Kop-Ish Twitter DMs. DMs are open. Not for any funny business though, just for football stuff. So bear that in mind before you send anything, please, people. Imran, did you see the eye poke of Bilal Muhammad? We did, unfortunately.
Yeah, I watched that from behind my eye, my hands. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very cringy when it comes to eye stuff. And when I heard a grown man screaming, I was just like, I don't want no part of this. No part of this.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. I felt so sorry for both of them. Like, so sorry for both of them.
More so Muhammad.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But you know what? I also feel sorry for Leon because he's not a dirty fighter by any stretch of the imagination, and he wouldn't have wanted that to happen as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
When the doctor was like, "What can you see?" and he went, "I can't see anything."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's when it hurt me. I was like, oh no.
No.
Hopefully that all calms down.
And then obviously Brisbane when it's like, I think I know a bit about eyes, guys. And I'm
yeah. Dude, bro, man lost his eye, bro. This man was fighting with one eye for years, you know. That's crazy.
That is mad,
crazy.
Bro. Close one eye and imagine a punch coming from the side where your eyes go. The man had to fight like that for about 5-6 years. That's mad.
Not cool. Yes, people, massive shout out to all of you guys. Go ahead over to James's channel as well after you finish watching this. Watch his review. We were on his stream earlier as well, so he gave us a nice little shout out as well. Keep this community growing, people. All Liverpool fans, Liverpool fan channels need to be sticking together, creating content together, and we move in unison as we try and take over the YouTube football world collectively. The Avengers, the Liverpool Avengers, we call ourselves. But yes, people, until we're back next time, a massive thank you. Smash a like before you go. If you haven't subscribed already, on the road to 20K, do subscribe, smash the share button as well and share it around friends and family. And until next time, people, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we are out. Take care, people.
Peace.